We're up against the clock, so we're now to the point where each candidate will have 2 minutes for some closing remarks. Van, you want to start?
Again, I want to thank all of y'all, and particularly the Tea Parties for throwing this. It's really great to see all of you here. A lot of people say, what's the difference between you and your fellow and people out here? I have a lifelong commitment to the conservative cause. I started a Republican club at Harvard because Lord knows they needed it. I've been fighting my whole life for the conservative cause. I've been working to help active duty military voters to vote. I've been a Republican precinct chairman here, an election judge here, a poll watcher here. I've volunteered for Republican candidates, for conservatives. I've done everything I can over the years to work for the conservative cause. If you want a conservative voice, I hope you'll vote for Van Taylor. Thank you.
Well, thank you all very much for being here this evening. It's just so energizing to see everyone here at the Tea Party, where we are taking our country back. We saw it in Massachusetts, and it's going to happen across the country. It's going to happen right here in Texas. It's going to happen right here in District 66. I'm asking for your vote. I'm asking you to bring me an opportunity to go down to Austin to bring some true common sense conservatism. Right now, everyone says they're conservative. It's very amazing how even in Washington, they're all conservatives. Everybody puts conservative on their flyers. They go out in the mail. And it's just amazing how the tide has turned. And I tell you why. Because of the Tea Party. Now, one thing I will say, we have an opportunity to bring the Republican Party back. We have an opportunity to make the Republican Party a Ronald Reagan Republican Party. And I think that's what's best for our country. I'm a Republican. I have been a Republican my whole life. When I was a young child, I had no choice. My father would have beat me. They say if you're in college, if you're not a Democrat, you have no heart. And if you're an adult and you're not a Republican, you have no brains. But I've been a Republican my whole life. And I've always felt the Republican Party was the best party to do what was the right thing for our country. Unfortunately, the Republican Party has drifted somewhat to the left. And I think we have an opportunity to take it back. So I ask each of you as Tea Party members, and some of you who are independents, don't leave the party. Stay with the party. Can happen again. I'm Wayne Richard. I'm from Plano, and I drive a truck.
Well, I hope your dad didn't beat you in the last primary when you voted Democrat.
I wondered if that issue was going to be
chaos.
I've got to have an opportunity to address this because it is so very important. Because I do have an opponent that is out on the streets, knocking on doors, claiming that I am really a Democrat. And no one would normally say that to my face if it wasn't because it was a political situation and you can't defend yourself. I'm going to defend myself right now. Everyone is familiar with Operation Chaos, right? I recognize what an Obama administration could do to this country. Our president had already been nominated and he had been selected. And I did what many Texans, thousands of Texans, and thousands and millions of people across the country would cross that party line and voted for Hillary. Because she would have been the less dangerous individual. And, excuse me, I have the microphone here. I paid for it. And I recognize that Obama would be dangerous to our country. Now, just so you say you couldn't do it, that day it was difficult. I went in and stood in line, and the line went out the door, and it was a Democratic line. And I thought, I am in Collin County in Plano, this just can't be happening. So I said, how many people are here because of Operation Chaos? Everyone raised their hand. So when you hear out there on the street that Wayne Richard is not a conservative Republican, he's really a Democrat, now you know the story. I'm a Republican conservative doing what's best for our country.
I'm upset with Washington, I'm losing sleep over Washington, but let me tell you folks, this job is about representing Plano, Texas, and Austin, Texas. Do not get them confused. I am here because I care about my children's future, I care about my community, and I care that we're represented well by someone who understands where our city has been, where we're going, and what we need to do to make sure that Plano remains an economic powerhouse in this town, in this state. I'm concerned for our school children, and I want to make sure that Plano Independent School District remains a strong school system. I have spent the last 20 years working to elect conservative Republicans. And I understand your Operation Payoff. I listen to Rush Limbaugh. But when you're running as a Republican, you vote Republican. You stay true to your conservative Republican values. And you cannot vote for Hillary or Obama because Hillary or Obama are not conservative choices. That is not who I cast my vote for. So I thank you for your time. I thank you all for being invited tonight, or for showing up. And I appreciate your consideration on March 2nd.